What do you guys think about having children at this age and relationships and stuff?
Speaking about this with someone the other day, and we were speaking about semen retention, nofap, all of this kind of stuff. And we were also talking about how guys, and I've been here before, how guys in relationships, they get very dull. Like a lot of the time, a guy in a relationship, he can kind of lose himself. He just becomes like 50% of the guy that he was. And
It becomes a little sock.
It becomes a little wet sock.
A little wet sock.
Becomes a little wet sock.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But that could be, potentially, here's an idea, could be because he's got the sex on tap now. Okay, so he's got the sex on tap all of the time.
He's getting his pum pum.
He's got the girl. He's moved in. He's lost a bit of the drive. Now, obviously, there's ways to control that. So Google it. Sort out your breathing, and you can control that in the bedroom, and you can kind of keep that creative force.
Wait. Just go rewind a second. What are you talking about there with the breathing?
So you can. So you don't need to ejaculate during sex.
Okay.
And you can still orgasm.
Interesting.
Yes.
See, what have you ever done that?
Yes.
You've got orgasm without an ejaculation?
Yes.
Because I thought this was the stuff of fairy tales.
Yeah.
No, this is possible.
I knew it was possible to fuck a girl and not come, and that's pretty good. You keep your energy and shit.
Yeah.
Keep your chi. Keep your chi in your ball sack.
Yeah.
You keep your chi in your balls.
That's where you want it. Yeah.
And you keep your chi there, and then you can use it for different things.
It is. But that is bang on. Like you bang on. It is your as a man. That is your creative drive.
Yeah.
And if you're just spaffing that away in the bed sheets, even on your own, is the worst.
Don't
It's a
spaff
shame.
it in the bed sheets.
Do not spaff
Such
your
a
chi
mess.
in the bed sheets.
Yeah.
No.
That should be going on a girl's head.
Just on the head.
You might have on just directly a dollop on top of their head. You might have noticed I've got some energy right now, and that's because I haven't had sex in 2 days.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well done, Jack. Pat on the
man.
back, you good man. So just run me through, Tom, what that experience was like, and how the hell did you do that without
So
Squirting.
squirting your
without
chi?
me squirting. Yeah, I will. So it's a practice. It's like anything else. It's a muscle. I'm sure a lot of listeners will have read Way of the Superior Man, which is staple reading.
I have read that. It's been a while, though. I could do with reading it again.
So that's where I first kind of came into contact with that. And it's all to do with breathing and practicing breath work, one, throughout the day, but also during sex, connecting with the person, actually being present.
Yeah.
But also transferring that energy up the spine. So basically, the breath. Definitely go and read that book. I think he has like 2 chapters on it, and it's from like a tantric or a yogic breathing. There's another great book called The Multi-Orgasmic Man. There's a guy.
Sounds like a gay book.
Yeah, I was about to say.
There's a guy. He's been on a bunch of podcasts, and he's written a whole. I think that's him who's written his book, and I've kind of dug into him for a little bit as well. But it's all about basically the very.
You are?
Dug into him. The very basics of it is
What the
you
hell?
breathe through your nose and you breathe up your spine. You breathe in, you open up your stomach, and you feel like an energy transfer up
doing
the
it now.
spine. And then you just kind of let it go back down again. And it's all to do, but the key is not just to do it during sex, you do it throughout the day. So when most guys who suffer with premature ejaculation, it's because they're very tense. They're not breathing properly throughout the day. So you want to practice throughout the day, breathing fully, opening, presenting yourself to the world through, how you're breathing as well. Really opening yourself up, and just practice that throughout the day. And you'll
Okay.
find if you have problems in the bedroom, that will help. That will help just by doing that throughout the day, practicing these full expansive breaths. But yeah, go dig into Way of the Superior Man. It's always a great read. I love listening to it as well. There's the audio, but the narrator on Audible is just got the deepest, coolest voice. So I love listening to that book as well.
What when
yeah.
you come to ejaculate and you orgasm up your spine instead? Just explain to me, how does that feel compared to a normal one? Is it the same kind of feeling? Is it different feeling?
It's similar but different.
Okay.
It's obviously in the same ballpark, but it's it's different because you're going to keep going. It's not like, it's over. It doesn't symbolize the end of the love-making session. You continue. And it's more, you're much more aware of your body. It's much more full body, and you feel much more connected. And look, girls are getting orgasm after orgasm after orgasm after orgasm.
Especially when they're in my bed.
Mine aren't.
But yeah, so this is kind of it enables you to connect more deeply, and and bearing in mind, this comes from me learning about this because I was also the other way as well, and this comes from me like having painful experiences in the bedroom, which where you didn't
When you got
last
tied
as
up
long.
and
I got
hit
tied up
with
I
the
was
belt.
dominated, all of that shit. No, that has never happened. It will never fucking happen.
That's what he's talking about, guys. Don't let him trick you. I've found the thing about girls is I've noticed this through my career is that they're often. I've never met a girl that's particularly happy after you've come. Like they want it to last longer, and obviously if you've done a couple hours or something, you can end it.
Yeah.
But I've always found girls are way hornier when you don't end, when you don't finish, and they've come a few times and you don't finish. So that's very interesting.
So if you read Way of the Superior Man again, he actually describes this as they want to experience Shiva, which is represented as the divine masculine. And this is what sex really is. It's a union. It's a creative union. It's the most miraculous thing we do. We literally create new humans through it. And they want to experience, even if they say, oh yeah, come, it's time to come. The best thing you can do is not do it. And even when they say, and then that's going to have the opposite effect where they will most likely come when they tell you to come and you don't.
Tricksy.
Yeah, tricksy. But they want to feel like you are in control, so they're going to test you. It's a shit test. It's a shit test in the bedroom, basically there.
I'll give you another one on the premature ejaculation if you're struggling with that, which I don't. It'd be interesting to get your thoughts on this if you've struggled with that before, Tom. But I've always, if you feel like you're going to come, you pull out, you go to the Finger Blast 3000. If you don't know what the Finger Blast 3000 is, that's your Spider-Man fingers inside of the vagina, and you.
Oh my god!
If you're on visual, you're doing that. If you're not on visual, if you're just on audio, watch the visual. I can't explain it. But basically, I always would just pull out and use that and wait for myself to calm down. Did you have a problem in? Did you ever think about that before?
Yes. Yeah. I've definitely. Yeah. That's.
You use the Finger Blast
Use the
3000.
Finger Blast 3000. Yeah.
And maybe before in your life you didn't know about the Finger Blast 3000 yet?
No, I always knew.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I yeah.
I always knew. And if you're listening to this and you've got a problem with it, literally just, it makes sense, logical sense. Stop fornicating and put your fingers in instead. So there you go. There's actually some pretty big value we've just dropped there in regards to the bedroom stuff. Going back onto kids.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Sidetracked.
There. Tucker Carlson sidetracked us. And the kid thing. So Tom, you're 29.
I'm 29.
When's that on the radar for you?
So this was the point that I didn't finish making, was that so guys who get dull, and this is why we started talking about premature ejaculation, guys getting dull over and over and over again. Let's say that you are having sex with your girlfriend in a relationship, she's on contraception, which is another thing as well, which maybe isn't something to look into.
Don't let them do it.
If they're on contraception.
Changes the brain.
Yes, and I was actually speaking to a friend, and it actually makes them attracted potentially to more masculine men, because it gives them more feminine men.
I've heard it can flip them. Yeah.
Yes, more. That was wrong. The wrong way.
We've all got a smell, right? We've got a smell. If we don't wear deodorant, we've got pheromones.
Yeah.
Naturally, as humans, we have a radar device. A woman can smell a man, and you've probably had this before. Women that like to smell your armpits, right?
Yeah.
They like to, give us some of that musk. And they'll smell you. And I always thought when I was younger, I was like, that's a little bit weird. But I've noticed that's very important, because if they like your body odor smell, it means that you are genetically right for each other in terms of procreating and making children. So when they take the contraceptive, the thought is it flips their hormones so much that they're now attracted to a different smell. So you could have a girlfriend that's totally in love with you, put her on contraception. She may still stay with you because you've got a relationship together, but she's now attracted to different men, maybe more feminine men than you. And then when people procreate, they can find themselves, when they come off the contraception, with a person that the girl doesn't actually like the guy anymore, which is pretty interesting. But continue with your point.
That's bang on. And well, I think, and this is from my own experience as well, relationships in early 20s, I really felt like I lost purpose and I lost direction. And the minute I come out of them again, like I've been on a great path, get in a relationship, and I just kind of veer off purpose. And look, a good part of that is likely down to sex, having the sex on tap. And then, but this is to answer the question about kids. So if you're not practicing the multi-orgasmic man method, then...
If you're not jizzing up your spine...
Not jizzing up your spine. Spine jizzing, yeah. If you're not spine jizzing, I hope my mum does not ever see any of this. But basically, if you have a kid, or if you are using sex as you're supposed to be using it and making a kid, that's going to give you a bit more drive. That's going to give you your drive back. So if you're having sex and then your wife is pregnant, you're going to wake up in the fucking morning and jump out of bed and be like, or your girlfriend is pregnant, whatever. You're going to be like, right, I need to
get shit nailed down.
Shit done. Oh shit, I've got a kid. Oh fuck, I've got to double my income. Oh shit, it's going to give you that drive back again. And I think a lot of the dulling of men likely comes down to this. One, if they're doing it on their own, that's like lowest level, doing it their own with porn. And then, in relationships as well, so many girls that I speak to, so many girls that I've met through traveling as well, they're just like, all these guys are so feminine. I'm like, they have a word for it. It's like, he turns into like it's like a mum-child relationship.
Yeah.
He turns into a man-baby. That's what I say.
That happens.
I was speaking to someone on the plane the other day. They said exactly that. Like my ex, he was a man-baby. Turned into a man-baby. I had to look after him, do everything for him. He just
Become a little chimp.
becomes a little chimp.
Become a little monkey in the corner.